lab, we in our bag. I'm talking that rich shit, do the math. I don't go to mass, I put on a mask. My last experiment ended bad. I knew what I had and it was some gas. I went to the garden with the hash, puff up pass, and then I had to get my ass back in the lab. We just hit 1500 franking and it make a lot of sense. And punks I'm gonna be staking and they make a lot of sense. It's to the moon, there's no debating that these diamonds in my hands. Dog, please give me a chance, dog, please give me a chance. This shit undisputed, yeah, we poppin', we gon' get this lit. This is what we do, I'm with the crew, we not gon' flip this shit. We been going crazy in the lab, we so insidious. Watch me get my pump, Franken on my bucket list, my Franken gonna pump. You could double if you dumpin' in it, we gon' run it up. Saw this project, now we stuck up in it. Yeah, we got 4 crypto punks from Lava Labs, it's obvious there's profit in it. Probably gonna take off on a rocket ship, I'm hopping. I wish I had Elizabeth, thought to myself, I know she bad. You can catch me in the metaverse and now we all gonna dance. We got something, it's ain't lucky, it's all according to plan. I've been running for a minute, stop, pass that shit to Dan.
Hey, pass that shit to Dan. Bitch, I grabbed that shit and ran, doing damage to a damn. They ain't ready for our plans. Blicky here with Dan, like it's Goku and Gohan. Us, we going ham, looking at you, you Peter Pan. GM to my Franken gang. No doubt, we bout to break the game. Running laps on them, tell me what else can I say? You heard my story, put my ledger in the grave. They can't wait, Franken tape, music through the blockchain. Fuck you, pay me, on delay. We here to stay, they bout to ride a wave. These bars hit your brain like a fucking lobotomy. Bitch, I went insane, now I'm chillin' where the monsters be. I've been through some things, type of pain that you hardly see. We've been moving profits, man, we've been mooning properly. On top, forever, probably. Drop top, in good weather, you can't bother me. Taught myself the game, none of y'all can father me. I'm rightfully arrogant, beg my pardon, G.
Good morning. Oh, how's it going, everybody?
Check. We too early like birds, getting in those worms and you nerds hating, just curve them, they fudding, they just some vermin. Can't handle us, you too nervous, it's cause you ain't got no purpose. Yeah, check it. NFT's super sexy, man, it always lures me. I'm too focused and you know you'll never ever deter me. Crypto astronaut, DJ moving so hazardous. Crypto, but I gon' dabble, open seas like chapel, yeah. Chasing 100X is my ex, she been getting jealous. The man she's with like a peasant if you comparing me. I had to give you up, girl, for my legacy. I'm so grateful for my 3D Franken family. 3D Franken family. For my 3D Franken family. For my, check it. Ned, get the champagne. Hey, yo, Dan, let it rain. Real, recognize real, know I'm saying? Wait, hold up, Super Saiyan. Pop power level, 100K. Yeah, fractionalize that punk. Yeah, 4 volts, keep him safe. More sauce for the sake of it. Your eardrums getting blessed. Free meal, cousin. How you do it so smooth like you stealing dozens? Right under your nose, you ain't seeing nothing. Bro, long time coming. Long nights in the basement, amounts of something. Snitching about your problems will get you nothing. Start stitching up your life. Are you building something, homie? Have you written something, or you simply bluffing? Huh? Talk is cheap. You won't hear a peep from me unless I'm on the beat. Walking through the city streets of 6 right over me. I've been doing I've been going crazy, man. Cut it. Ain't it clear I'm the revenant? Bring the guillotine, let's get beheading then. Nah, I can't compare to them. I'm a one-on-one, bitch, it's evident. Put out the tape, gave him my soul, the gold, the gems in one letter, yeah. Feeling like Letterman. This is for my freaking veterans. This is for popping the bottles behind us and rightfully arrogant. Yeah, rightfully arrogant, bitch. Rightfully arrogant, rightfully back in the booth, about to tear this shit. Rightfully Project on moon when they hear the shit. Rightfully goats, rightfully chose for the throne. Rightfully fucking the game from the minute I spoke. Shit was just destined to blow. Riding, I'm rapping the code, and I'm here with my bros. Out in the 6 got me frozen. Down on my fucking bones. Doing this shit till I'm ghost. I do it for Gassy, I do it for Ghost. I do it for Ice and I do it for Mose. Do it for Ned, do it for Jed, for Dan and Zenj. I'm talking that Banklin. Blicky and Kurt, put it in work. We hit him like Otis from back when. Yeah, so much growth been coming in rapid. Shake up the game, we've been looking like Rapture. Pokemon and you know you can't catch this. Dr. Eat, I treat him like Pastor. Dr. Eat, I'm in need of that power. He got me locked at the top of the tower. Liz the beach, she smelling like flowers. I'm kinda jealous of Doc, how you found her? Uncle John. We just been moving like Genghis Khan. Dr. Eat he never run. Now I'm writing blue chip songs, all organic on the Twitter, no gimmicks. Tell these bottles goodbye and good riddance. Ride or die for all Frankens, we with it. I'm crossing the line today, that means I'm about to John Wicked. Ain't it clear I'm the revenant? Bring the guillotine, let's get beheading then. Nah, I can't compare to them. I'm a one-on-one, bitch, it's evident. Put out the tape, gave him my soul, the gold, the gems in one letter, yeah. Feeling like Letterman. This is for my freaking veterans. This is for popping the bottles behind us and rightfully arrogant. Yeah, rightfully arrogant, bitch. Rightfully arrogant. Rightfully arrogant. This is for my freaking veterans. Yeah, we rightfully arrogant.
What do you even know about an evil laugh? What do you Frankenpunks know about an evil laugh? Welcome back to Franken TV. What is good, David? Good to see all you lovely lads and gals. We got a juicy show. So much has been going on. Ethereum merge has been a success. Hallelujah. Amen. We have a lot of fear in the markets. Crypto is dumping. We got some great things in the works for Frankenpunks. It's going to be a classical show, and you're going to want to stick around to the end because we're going to be giving away some Frankenpunks, some Frankenstock. We're going to give away some Frankenstock. So make sure you stick around to the end. Smash the like button for me while you're already here. Just get that boost in the algo. Help push out the evil word. How's everyone doing, Happy Friday to all y'all. Let me know if the audio is coming in clean. Just drop a 666 in the chat, or a 420, or a 69. Just so we're technically sound. Want to make sure it's a crispy and proper stream for y'all. Beautiful. Thank you, Jim Gum. Alrighty. Yeah, exactly. Love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, quite a bit to go through today. Quite a bit to go through. So, let us not waste any time. Congratulations to the Ethereum Foundation, all the developers, Vitalik. The merge was an incredible success. Very smooth. No issues that I heard about. No crazy outages. Nothing like that at all. It's been a long time in the making. Gwei is incredibly low, which is awesome. 15 Gwei. I mean, that's just incredible. I remember during the bull run, we had days where we had 250 Gwei. Now we'll see how Ethereum holds up when we have a lot more volume and just people, a lot more transactions on the network. But even then, now Ethereum will, for the first time ever, is going to become deflationary, which is really, really, really good from a fundamentals point of view, from a tokenomics point of view. Incredibly bullish. So hats out to the whole Ethereum community. Hats out to all of you. Here we are. This is a pivotal moment in crypto. Although it is kind of underwhelming, we had a classic buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Ethereum already kind of did its merge rally back throughout August, and now we're down. You know, we're like $600 down from that $2,000 price point. There's been a lot of fear in the market, mainly because the CPI rate came in and it was higher than what people forecasted. So August was a really good month, mainly because if you look at what was forecasted in August, well, technically it would be July. So people were thinking we were looking at a 9.1 reading, 8.7 for the previous month, and we got 8.5, which is below the consensus and below what the TE forecast was, which is really good. This is why we kind of had that narrative of, has inflation peaked, right? Are we going to go down? Now, we're technically lower than we were. Back in June. Of course, 9.1 is insane. And to be honest, there's a lot of people saying that these ratings are just complete BS, that the Fed is very dishonest and doesn't do a good job actually showing true inflation. But anyways, we basically printed a higher number than what was expected, and that's why we have fear in the market right now, both in equities and in crypto, because it's like, oh crap, what if this wasn't the peak? What if inflation's about to skyrocket to double digits now? And so that has created a lot of uneasiness, right? Because if inflation keeps going up, Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve, will make debt more expensive, and the more expensive debt becomes, the less easy free money there is in the markets. And basically, things just go down, right? That's essentially what the Fed is trying to achieve right now. They're trying to crush demand by increasing the interest rates to encourage people to be, less mindless. And they're shifting the allocation of money from risk assets to bonds now, because bonds are a lot safer. Bonds have been rallying. So the Fed has this incredible magic wand that they can just basically tell the market, like, hey, this is the best place to put your money. The past 2 years during the pandemic, the best place was risk assets. The best was tech stocks exploding, and crypto were the best moving by far. Now, in what we're going through right now, commodities have shown a very impressive, performance, a very impressive strength. Oil, gold is still kind of underwhelming, but it's still doing okay, and I think it's going to have a good rally at some point. Silver, food, they've been performing incredibly well, kind of in this recessionary environment. So that's essentially what's got people tilted. This is what's caused the sell-off in the stock market, which then, remember, anything that happens in the stock market is going to cascade into crypto, and that's why crypto has now had this dipperino. So the question is now, I want to kind of do a bit of an analysis of the short term, what's going to happen within perhaps this month, and then more of a medium to long term look into going throughout the next couple months into next year. I've got some interesting takes. For sure. Fear and greed is coming in around 20. I have personally taken a long position, a very short term long position. You can see Capo saying volume is dying. looking like a local bottom. Capo has taken a short-term long position to around $22,000 on Bitcoin. So I'm longing an altcoin. It's a very, very short term. It's kind of the exact same setup Capo has right here. So he longed Ethereum at 1480, a really good risk to reward. His take profit's going to be around 1800. I think this is a solid trade, solid bet. It's looking like we're holding 19 as support. If 19 holds, that's great. We're just range trading, guys. We've just been ranging for over 90 days now. You can see this right here. Let's see if it loads. See if we load here. Crypto has just never been the same. I'm sad for crypto. I got scammed as well. Oh, sorry to hear that. Let me go back. See if this loads. Yeah, see, we've just been ranging. You see this range? And whenever we come to the lower bound of this range, it's generally been like literally every time we come. Oh, sorry, this is a very low time frame. My bad. It's 24-hour. I'm trying to go the 90-day. Okay, here we go. So you see this range that we've been in? It's just really like a trader's market. Like literally, you're just getting like these 10%, 5% pumps. So I am looking to trade it. I do have a stop loss. So if we fall out here, guys, whenever you're doing trading, you need to make sure you have a certain level to prevent your losses. It automatically will cue the trade to prevent your losses because you never know what's going to happen, especially if you're playing with margin. It's so dangerous. Margin creates so much more risk. So you need to be super, super cautious, but that's not financial advice. I'm just telling you like how I'm looking at it, what's going on. Okay, so yeah, short term might be some bouncy. It's boring. It's a choppy market. You get some moves up, you get some moves down. They're insignificant. They don't compare to the bull run. It is what it is. We're in this accumulation phase of this bear cycle. It looks very similar to this in 2018. You see this range. It's just like ranging up and down, up and down. Then the floor fell out, and that was the bottom. That might happen. It might not. We could already be at the bottom, or the bottom could be coming up. You know, we could have another leg down. We'll see. Anything's really possible here. Like, if anything, I've learned that most people have no idea what they're talking about, and you really just got to get immersed, get those lessons in, and make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. All right. So we talked short term. We talked CPI, the Fed. I think we've provided a decent reasoning as to why we had a sell-off recently. Now, this video I'm going to show you right here is incredibly important. I want you to really pay attention. If there's anything you want to take from this stream outside of looking at my beautiful face, you need to pay attention to this video. It's extremely, extremely important. Okay. I'm going to play it here. Let's watch it together.
Let me start by trying to break it down. On the very near term, you're expecting 75 basis points, maybe a full percent coming in the next meeting. Grand scheme.
So next Fed meeting, there's this expectation they're going to be hawkish and more aggressive, right? So that just means they're gonna make debt more expensive and continue this campaign of rate hikes, right? Continue this campaign. The man on the right, his name's Matthew Piepenburg. Piepenburg. That's a pretty nice name, and he's going to provide a very, very good take on what he thinks the Fed is doing and this act that they're playing and how it's just really interesting. Listen.
Of things irrelevant anyway, because you think that all the inflation data, as many do agree, is not exactly an accurate reflection of what's going on. But even in the bigger picture, you're saying that you don't think Powell's intention is really to rein in inflation. He claims that it is. Granted, this is the same man that told us inflation was transitory, but he claims that it is. His last address at the Cato Institute, he said he was committed to bringing down inflation and keeping at it. He seems to be channeling his inner Volcker, but you're not buying any of that. Do you think he's going to raise a little bit, cave and pivot? Is that what you're saying?
And I don't want to create a psychological profile of a man I don't know, but central bankers are pretty consistent because they operate on very simple leverage points. And I think maybe at some egotistical level, Jerome Powell was afraid of going down as the next Arthur Burns. But look, this idea of a Volcker comparison or being tough on inflation in the way that Lyle Brainerd talks about, or Neil Kashkari or Jerome Powell, again, looking at basic empirical math, not just cynicism that I have about the central bank that was created on Jekyll.
You might have heard that term a lot, of Volcker, Paul Volcker. Paul Volcker was notorious for basically being extremely hawkish back in the 80s, and he had double-digit rate hikes, and he basically destroyed inflation. He was able to revive the economy and take them out of like a really, really bad inflationary time. However, it borderline created a depression. Like, it was a really bad time of economic growth, but he did what he had to do. And now Jerome Powell, especially in the news, you keep hearing this comparison to that one Fed chairman, Paul Volcker, that, oh, he's going to be as aggressive. Here we go, double-digit rate hikes. We're going to have a decade of deflation. Here we go. Like, this is going to be a bloodbath. And the only problem with that comparison is you're not considering the difference in debt. Paul Volcker had 20 trillion less government debt, maybe even more. Okay, there was 200 trillion less dollars of debt globally. So it is borderline mathematically impossible, if not suicide, to just think that they can just keep increasing, making debt more expensive. It's literally mathematically impossible because of what they've done over the past 50 to 100 years. That's the problem with inflation, is you push yourself into a corner where if you want to fix it, truly fix it, with all this goddamn money in circulation, you're going to have at least 20 years of extreme pain. People, like, that is the only way to fix it. That's the true way to fix it, because everything is, we've been living in a debt-based economy for a very long time, right? That was the pandemic boom. Why did stocks rally? Because of debt. Because they're sending you stimmies, because they're building, or they're printing all this money, and they're sending it to central bankers, and they're buying up, what's it called, junk bonds and shit. Like, that's how it works. So it's just a sticky situation, and he'll get into why. But don't believe what people say, like, oh, well, they're gonna stop printing money. Oh, they might temporarily stop, but history has shown that every single time they do this, they create recessions, right? Because they create these booms, these debt manias, and then they have no choice but to pull back a bit because inflation gets out of control, both from asset inflation, which they don't really care about, but really what makes them have to hit the brakes is price inflation, right? Food, rent, energy, fuel. That's what forces them to press the brakes because of political problems and what's going on, like, domestically. Like, people start to feel very discontent with their government and the people who run, like, the fiscal policies, and they're like, what the hell is this? Like, why is everything so expensive? So they have to do something, right? They have to do something about it. And they do, and he has been doing it, right? The markets have corrected. Bitcoin's over 70% down. S&P is down, I think, a whopping 20%, or we tapped 25% down. I'm not saying, listen, anything's possible here. I'm not saying that the market's going to go up or it's guaranteed to go down. However, we need to be realistic, and we need a holistic approach to this to really understand, okay, like, these central bankers, like, understanding their behavior, understanding their history, and understanding their intent, and really asking yourself, what's going on? Are we really going through deflation, or do we still have an extremely high money supply? Technically, here, let me just play it. Is the stream lagging? Getting lagged out hard, eh? I love these streams. They make my day, honestly. Oh, thank you, Mohammed. Appreciate it. Let's go to Fanny Lion. All right, I think we're back. What is going on? give it a second. It's taking time to load. Maybe I'll drop the quality to 720. Oh man, come on. This was a good clip. Don't do me like that, bro. Don't do me. Don't do subject like this, bro. Bro. Live in first world country, bro. Why is the internet not good, bro? Come on, bro. Fix it, bro. Like, the internet is not working, bro. Why it is like this, bro?
Reflection of what's going on. But even in the bigger picture,
Bruh. This is unacceptable.
you're saying that you don't think Powell's intention is.
Damn it. All right. Maybe we'll come back to it. It's just lagging so hard. I don't understand why. It's like super lagged right now. I think I'm getting DDoSed. It's been a rough 2 weeks, man, because my internet's been so like god awful, and it's just not going away. So I'm just trying to bear through it. Play some country music instead. I like that suggestion. Lol, your internet speed is as good as mine. Your internet is in the merge mode. Oh Lord. Yeah, that video is not playing. It is not cooperating at all. Even with 360p, like, bruh. All right. Maybe we'll come back to it. It's really good alpha, though. I think it's incredibly good alpha. So I'd like to hopefully show it to you guys. But worst case Ontario, I'm just going to link it so you guys watch it on your own because it's a really good interview. It's really, really good. But the takeaway from that video is it's just mathematically impossible. They have points that they can't indefinitely raise rates. That doesn't work that way. They legitimately cannot do that. They legitimately cannot. Why? Variety of reasons. The GDP, the U.S. debt. What is U.S. debt to GDP? Once again, during the Volcker phase, it was a lot lower. Debt held by public is 96% to approximately of public debt was owned by foreigners. So what's the total? Total U.S. debt to GDP. I think it's 130%. 134%. That's insane. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, that's one reason why something's gonna snap. The Fed can keep raising rates, but something will inevitably snap. And whenever something snaps, that's when they pivot, essentially. You know, but they always announce it too late. Like by the time they're going to announce, oh, we're in a recession, we've already been in a recession for like a year. That's what happened in 2008. Like by the time they came and be like, oh, we're officially in a recession, they were like 8 months late. You know what I mean? The Fed gets it wrong. They said inflation would be transitory. And they never like to take accountability. They never like to say, hey, guys, look, like we printed way too much money during 2020. Like we clearly messed up. Like this was an over stimulus, and now we flooded the economy with way too much money. Like this is partially our fault. We're like our bad. We're gonna try to fix this. Like let's work together to fix this. They never take accountability. They always just play the blame game. Oh, it was COVID. Oh, Putin. Oh, this. They never like to be like, oh, maybe we're stupid and we got it wrong. Maybe some of us need to get fired. Maybe the system, like the fact that we can just pull levers and transfer so much wealth from people is bad. You know, maybe the things are bad, and that responsibility is on us. We need to whiplash these motherfuckers. We need to build the future of finance, because it's not that the current systems don't work. They do work. They've been working. It's just they're like, can it not be better? Like, can it not be better? Like 10% of Americans own like 80% of the S&P 500. Like they own, like the disparity is few and far between, and it's only getting worse, right? The gap between the rich and the poor has gotten extreme, like significantly larger. And the data on U.S. unemployment is very low, but use your eyes. Go on the streets. What do you see? Like, I've never seen so many homeless people, right? I've never seen so many. I see hiring signs on like practically every single store I drive by. It's like there is a level of dishonesty going on with these stats, and you have to be perceptive and aware of what's actually happening here, because I don't think central bankers care about you. I really don't think they care. They just do things because they get pushed in a corner and they absolutely have to. If they could just print indefinitely, they would, but they can't because there'll be civil unrest, which is what's going on, which is what's been going on for 6-7 months. People are really pissed about high prices. So they had to pivot. They had to tighten, right? If you just keep tightening, you create an opportunity for like a fascist government to be formed, which happened in the Weimar Republic. Dude, the Weimar Republic before Adolf Hitler took power in Germany was so bad. People were like wiping their butts with their fiat currency. I mean, you already know nations that they've inflated their currencies so bad that it's worthless. Like, you might as well just burn it. It's literally worthless. People had to line up to get bread. People had to line up for like basic food because it was that bad. And there's footage of Berlin and in Germany back then, right after World War I. It was horrible. You basically had a very high tier rich class of people that lived lavishly, and then everyone else was just brokies, like just totally in the dumpster. And so civil unrest is born, man. Of course it'll be born. It's like if you're the people who manage the country and the money are extremely irresponsible, and of course there's a lot bigger factors. You create civil unrest and people want change, and sometimes that change, I always say change is good, but like sometimes that change isn't good. Like sometimes a new power that comes may not be good, but you could have prevented that if you just ran your country well, if you kept your people happy, did what's in their best interest, so that you don't get booted out and perhaps replaced by something even worse. So it's really, really interesting. Finance, the economy fascinates me heavily because I'm of the opinion that you can dictate a country's, pretty much like a society's decisions and their morality based on the way you set it up financially, the way you set up these fiscal policies, right? You can dictate how people are going to spend their money. You can dictate how people are going to invest their money. You can dictate what jobs, it's such an important factor, It's insane. Like, there's, I think, so many studies done where the wealthier a society becomes, the less crime there is, right? I mean, think about crime and think about people who commit crimes, or the psychology behind it of not having anything or being poor, or I'm not the type of person who's like even if you grew up in a poor circumstance or like this happened out of your control, you shouldn't be a victim about it. You should do your best to rise out of it. Don't be a victim, regardless, even if you have a good reason to be. But it's important. Like, all this stuff is really important, and it's important that you understand why you're in this space and to look past all the BS. There's so much people here, mercenaries in this space in crypto, who just want a bag, and that's all they care about. And those people aren't going to be the world builders. They aren't going to propel us further into the future, into building really good things. They're just grifters. They're just here for very selfish reasons. And it's a free and open market. You do you. At the end of the day, I'm not going to come and tell the government to stop you from doing that. We're all responsible for our own behaviors. But you don't want to fall into that crowd, because when you look back 10 years from now, you're going to be like, God damn, I was too short-sighted. God damn, I should have thought of this differently, So anyways, that's a lot of rambling. I wish that I could have just played that video. I mean, maybe we'll be able to get to it, but it's all good. Let's continue. Let us continue on. Okay, this is an interesting thread from Becker. Let's run through it together. So every Bitcoin chart every Bitcoin chart, algorithmic pattern, long-term technical analysis, buy or sell chart you've ever seen took place in A, aka the largest amount of no rate money printing in history. The S&P quadrupled in 10 years. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin was birthed basically right around this 2. It was birthed in the bottom or during that recession, the 08-09 recession. It was birthed here. And we've been part of this. And essentially, we've experienced crypto bear markets every time the S&P moves sideways or has corrections. You see just how we experienced it here, experienced it here, experienced it here, experienced it here. Now, this is insanity. When you look at this chart, it's like, holy crap, this is absolute insanity. Like, how did the S&P quadruple in 10 years? Like, that's crazy. These are insane percentage gains. It's insane percentage gains. So if this environment is now going to shift completely, it's definitely worth perking your ears and paying attention here, right? So given that, it's like using the 40 time of a sprinter in a clear sunny day on pavement while he has rocket shoes and is on roids. That's the comparison he makes to the monetary policy we've had the past decade. To chart how fast he will run in a 4 foot of mud with a blindfold on during a hurricane, the conditions are radically different. Thus, data from period A is, right? So he's comparing period A to just clear skies, easy peasy, plus you got all these buffs, you're rocket shoeing it. You're laughing. But this is not sustainable growth. Like, it really isn't. It's nearly irrelevant. What we should be looking at is either the 80s, but more so 2000 to 2008, right after the stock market did a 4x. During the time, the stock failed to make returns for nearly a decade. From the 2000 peak with the printing B, tech stocks got absolutely wrecked, including crypto, right? Got absolutely wrecked during this time. For 10 years, similar happened in the 80s during the high inflation rates. Even worse, we are using the bull period below to judge how it will perform in conditions like B and C, right? So he says, like, we need to look at periods like the one during 2000 to 2008 and the 80s rather than comparing what's been happening the past 10 years, because throughout these 10 years, we didn't have like exorbitant, like ridiculously high inflation. Like, these were inflationary years, but 2%, 3%, 4%, even I think we touched 5%, but nothing like where we're at now, where it's sticky. Like, inflation is now sticky. It's not easy to get rid of. The Fed is struggling to get rid of it. Okay. Is that making sense? Right. The 2000 by a lot. We have insane inflation, rapid rate hikes, and we can't print or we destroy. We can't print or we destroy money-backed debts, which is what our entire country runs on. We simply cannot use data from period A. Period A encompasses every crypto bull run. Every run has happened. All right. Under the absolute most insanely positive financial conditions to ever exist. A better reference would be looking at tech stocks 2000 to 2010, but factoring in worse because there was still printing and no aggressive hikes. AMZ, Amazon below, it took 10 years to recover after the tech bubble. So I think I showed you guys this last year. Tech bubble explosion, insane collapse, accumulation phase, builds up, kind of moves sideways for a while. Like, literally, if you bought the top here, you literally would have bought into the same price 10 years later, which is baffling. It's absolutely baffling, but that's how it is sometimes. And then it went on a ballistic bull run. But here's the thing. During the time, we had no big hikes and we had printing, and Amazon offered dividends plus huge revenue growth. Crypto has zero of these advantages right now. In short, we are using very bad data that has nothing to do with our current reality to forecast crypto. Stop. I was bullish recently because inflation hikes appeared to be slowing, but the last CPI read has made me bearish long-term because even with the Fed, Biden manipulating the numbers via oil, which they still can't get it under control. Thus, I look at the 2000s and the 80s for data, not the 08 to 2021 run. We must ask ourselves how a hyper-risk, no-dividend asset will perform in conditions similar to 2000 to 2008, but with inflation, rocketing rates, and no ability to print. To me, the answer is really ugly. For me, I'm hyper-protective mode. I'm in bonds, low-risk dividend stocks, real estate I bought years ago, cash, and my business. Stop using the best market ever to predict how an asset will perform in literally the worst macro conditions in the last 50 years. Stay safe. On this, nothing to me appears safe or profitable right now besides shorting and swinging the market. This is too damn risky with your savings. An extremely good financial manager with access to good funds and buying stock / RE 10 years in mind is probably the best move. So I think a pretty good macro take from Becker. He brings up a lot of solid points. We could be going into a completely different market. That's true over the next 10 years, which means who knows? But even if it is a rough ride, if we're getting something like the 80s or 08, it's still worthwhile to stay in the space. It's still worthwhile to dollar cost average over time. We'll have to see how it pans out. Not everything plays out like history, but often history tends to rhyme. And it's true. We do have significantly different macro environments compared to 08. So who knows? I always like to provide both sides of the argument, people who are bullish and people who are bearish. I don't think you should stick to one consensus or one bias. You need to constantly keep putting yourself in you need to bounce different opinions off your head so you can form a real opinion and not something that you're just emotionally attached to. We have perhaps regulation coming for crypto. Biden put out his executive order. It was an executive order back in March earlier this year, and he basically asked everyone, he Securities and Exchange Commission, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and a bunch of other peeps to help him put together research on regulating crypto. So I think we're getting closer and closer to a digital dollar. It sounds like they want to do a CBDC, which I think is inevitable. Now, obviously, I'm against the CBDC. I hope that USDC will get some regulation, which would be massive. But you need to know that these central bankers, they hate crypto, and they especially hate stable coins because of how transparent it can be, or at least more transparent than TradFi. And they're very excited, it seems, about it making a CBDC, mainly because it's just faster. It's just basically what they've already been doing, but they can do it faster and they have more access. People have a lot more access to that dollar. You can transfer it globally quicker, cheaper. And so that, in theory, would bring in more liquidity, which could be really good. Plus, if the U.S. government finally regulates crypto, they will be the first movers. They will be the first movers. If we get a regulated stable coin, that will be history. That would go down in American history books. We were the first country to regulate a stable coin. That would be absolutely massive, right? Would be absolutely massive. So it looks like they're coming to a conclusion, but we won't get a consensus. They said in, 2023. So in terms of the next steps, Treasury will complete an illicit finance risk assessment on decentralized finance by the end of February 2023, an assessment of the NFT tokens by July 2023. So 2023 may be the year of regulation. Finally, this is really good because once we have clear, once all this is clear, once we know, okay, what's a commodity, what's a security, and we just get clarity, right? Once we have clarity, then really big money doesn't have to be scared anymore. They don't need to be super scared thinking that this is just all a scam or a hoax, or, the government's just going to wake up one day and be like, no, screw this. This is we're going to burn all your money or confiscate your money, or you won't, you know what I mean? It just makes things way, way, way easier. And so we can see institutions going in hard, far, far more aggressive than we've ever seen, right? Okay, let me pop back in with the chat. Oh, man, he's on dial-up. The internet is internet's jipping me hard, eh? Is the audio coming up? Is the audio coming in good, though? Do you guys hear me okay? BS means Binance Smart Chain. BSC. You jokesters. Y'all are a bunch of jokesters. What's up, Lux? Oh, damn. Yeah, it's crazy. $56K modem back to the 90s. You're glitching hard. No, it's I think I'm just far away from the connection. Yeah, as long as audio is great, I think it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Because, like, that would be unbearable if you just get bad audio. You're just going to have to deal with Robotic Dan. Whatever. Whatever, man. Whenever, bro. Well, we're almost at the giveaways, so just hang tight. This is a really good article. I want to go through this with you. Dan Go. Things I know at 42 that I wish I knew at 22. Okay, stop using your workouts to burn fat at the gym. Use them to build muscle and get strong. Quit porn. The damage it does to your brain is too great of a cost. Instead of using porn, drugs, and alcohol to numb what you're feeling, learn how to deal with your emotions. Your diet affects your mood, energy, and body. What you put in is what you get out. You can delay, if not reverse, the aging process by giving a fuck about your body. Your parents did the best they could with what they were been taught. Forgive them and move on. Call your parents. Spend time with them. You don't have as much time with them as you think. Set an automatic amount of money to be saved. Invest that money. Your dollars are soldiers. Create an army to build your future. Focus more on building, less on partying. Put less focus on making money and more focus on helping as many people as possible. Cars, clothes, watches, houses are status plays. Community, health, and relationships are true wealth markers. You don't have to get it right the first time. Just fail faster. Never compare yourself to other people's highlight reels, especially on social media. Surround yourself with people who are growth-oriented and share similar values to you. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place people's interests first. That's a good one. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. Learn how to fight. Fighting is like learning a language where most people are not fluent. Aim to make every minute on this earth count for something. You can always make back money, but never lost time. Hunt discomfort because it's the only way you grow as a human being. The key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. I'll have some more. I'll stop there. I'm not an old man yet, but I've learned a few things in 4 decades. Hope you got value out of this. Amazing thread. I think absolutely amazing. We definitely need to, especially us degens in crypto NFT land, like we're so obsessed that you often forget about your growth as an individual. And I know that like building in crypto and NFTs, trading, whatever it is part of that growth. And that's a beautiful thing. But you want to really be a holistic individual. You want to make sure that you're, it's like a video game. You have your stats. And you want to make sure that you are well-rounded, right? You want to make sure you're well-rounded and you work on the things that you suck at, because just because you have a massive portfolio or you're really good at TA or you bought the right NFT does not necessarily mean that you're going to have a good life. You could be extremely overweight. You could have health issues. You could be extremely lonely. You could have a bunch of other stuff going on. So you want to make sure you're balancing. There's periods of time where you're going to be hyper focused on something, and that's totally fine. Like I had to hyper focus on crypto for a while and see other parts of my life kind of decline. And that's just the nature of things, but make sure you're taking care of yourself. Right. And I think the easiest one is just like what's within your control, take care of your health. The thing you do 3, 4, 5 times a day, what you eat, that's within your control. Like be cognizant of these things. Doesn't mean you need to tomorrow start fasting for 72 hours and do ketogenic, vegan, whatever the hell. But it just means be perceptive and be accountable. Like take what's it called? It's like do an allowance with yourself. Like look yourself in the mirror and be like, where am I struggling? Like what are my pain points? What can I improve on? What's within my control, right? We don't know what's going to happen with the market. Even though we talk a lot about it, it's fun to speculate. In actuality, you have absolutely zero control over it. Well, maybe like 0.0001, but very, very little control. And so you want to make sure that a majority of your time spent is doing things within your control to keep improving yourself 1%, 1%, 1% per day. Open to receiving. Daniel Newman is great at that. Exactly, yeah. Treat others as you expect to be treated yourself. Well, I expect people to treat me like shit, so I'm going to treat you like shit. Isn't that fair? Wouldn't you say that's fair? I think that's fair. I think that's extremely fair. Dr. Ethel. I like being tortured, so I will torture you. Patience is the key word. Yeah. Patience. Absolutely. Time is finite. Money is unlimited. The Fed pushes a button and they create trillions of dollars like that. And so it's painful when you realize that and you're like, shit, I'm poor. I don't have any money. You got to do something about that, right? You need to get your bag up and learn how to start saving some of your money so you can buy assets, because ultimately assets will win over time so long as central bankers are running the show. Central bankers have shown us over the past 100 years that they will put us into debt and make asset prices go to the moon. So get your bag up, get your money flow. Whatever you got to do, work a job, work on your side hustles low key until you can build them up. Get your money up, okay? Take the time to work on your fitness, work on your health, work on your relationships as well. I think you can do it all. Just be mindful how you do it, and you'll have the days to celebrate. You'll have the days to just, once you've taken care of those things, it's what's it called? The pyramid, Pavlov's. No, is it Pavlov's? The hierarchy of needs. I remember in my early 20s, I was like really trying to chase the top aspects of that hierarchy of self-actualization, and I think one of the ones up there was like relationships and feeling loved. And so I was obsessed with. I was just partying a little too much, and I was spending way too much time on like philosophy of like what is life and like esoteric shit, when I should have just been like, bro, you're living with your mama. You know what I'm saying? You're hardly paying rent. You're not even paying for your own groceries. Like, you don't even like get your shit together. Like, you definitely need to just do an honest assessment and be like, bro, work up the pyramid. Like, get your bag up, be more responsible, try to become less dependent on others. Okay. Get to a point where like you're filling your own cup, right? There's this beautiful analogy a mentor gave to me a while ago where he's like, you don't want to keep pouring, like you want your cup, you want to create a system where your own cup keeps filling itself. And so the froth seeps over your cup and other people can come and put their cup against yours and receive from you. But the beauty with that is you're not going to run out because you're filling your own cup and it's overflowing, and it will help others, and it will just keep overflowing because you've figured it out for yourself. You cracked that code. If you don't do that and you have a half cup of water and you're going and you're filling others, you're left with nothing. You're left with nothing in the tank. LSD will do that to you. Oh no, it's all good, David. Daddy versus daughters. What the fuck is that username, dude? Buddy's spending too much time on P-Hub. Chill, dude. Maslow's hierarchy. Thank you, David. Yeah, exactly. Bro, people here work from their 14 years of age. No such thing as not paying for groceries. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to hear things like that, because definitely in the West, we have a lot of we're very lucky and we have a lot of entitlement. I think the worst thing that could ever happen to a man is he's like a 30 or 40-year-old man-child. He's developed no skills and he can't provide for himself, for his family. He's just useless. He's just useless. Like, that is something every person should strive not to be, Oh, Tone, it works. Okay, sure. Happy times, cheap rent. Undies wash for you if by magic. Yeah, but that's not realistic, right? You can't be cradled for the rest of your life. Like, you can't be a kid forever. Like, it's just, at some point you got to break through that. At some point you need to take responsibility. Rich people like to claim that they're self-made, and often they are. 80% of millionaires in the US are self-made. They didn't have a previous generation that was extremely rich. But people who are on the lower side of the income bracket don't like to admit that they're self-made. They like to play the blame game. They like to blame the government. They like to blame oppression. They like to all this shit. And I'm not saying that it's not valid. I'm sure in some cases it's extremely valid. And in some cases there is nothing they can't do. However, a lot of these broke people have really bad habits, have incredibly horrible spending habits. You know, I remember this one friend years back, this when the pandemic started, we all there was a ton of stimmy checks being sent out to everybody. And I knew some people who were holding them. I knew some people who were spending them on crypto. And this particular person, she just spent it on TV, just on BS she didn't need. Complete BS, right? And it's like, okay, you just got free money. You could have done anything with that. You could have just saved it. You go and spend it on stuff you don't need. They have broke mindsets, right? And so they will, even if you give them, that's why do you think people who win the lottery so often go broke? Why do you think over 80% or 70% of the NFL players go broke? It's because it doesn't matter how much you give them $1 billion, they'll find a way to burn it. Wealth is not just, money is a lagging indicator of success, of wealth. And you must first fix yourself, right? If you can't find a way to build and keep 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, then you're never gonna climb it up. You're never gonna break free. That's just what I've found to be true, right? And there's always and I'm not trying to say this is for everyone. You're gonna have people who had horrible accidents, who lost their legs, and they're in very peculiar situations. My heart goes out to those people. You're gonna have people who are in different countries and they simply have a hard cap on how much they can earn, and that's just the way it is, and it's extremely unfortunate. But you also have people who live in the West or live in a first world country, and they could literally, starting next week, go start making $2,000-$3,000 a month. But they're going to sit there and twiddle their thumbs and yell oppression and yell this and yell that. And it's just a bunch of garbage for the most part. Not to say that there isn't bad things going on an institutional level or this is that, but you're just lazy. You're just a lazy bum. And you're a self-made broke loser. And that's just the reality. That's what I had to tell myself. I was like, oh, I'm never going to get a driver's license. I don't like to drive. Driving's bad. Oh, I don't need to work. I'm just going to become a philosopher. Shut up. Shut up, you loser. You can only say those things when people are taking care of you. You know what I mean? Get your act together. Get your damn act together. But that's just my 2 cents. Money comes, money goes. Doesn't control happiness. Lucky guys from the West, like the host said, would enjoy their life because not many people have that chance to live like that. Learn to spend what they earn. First rule is invest only money that is not important for your real life. Some people spend all their money on NFTs. Absolutely. Just because you're in crypto and NFTs doesn't make you a wealthy person, right? Just because you're into stocks doesn't mean you're an educated or smart person. It's just about impulse control, risk management, and your own game plan. Some people, they have a higher level of risk. Some people, they don't need a lot of money per month, so they can spend stuff on stupid shit. It just depends on the individual. I don't think there's a cookie cutter way, but the idea is you want to, like that thread was saying, giving a lot of value out to others in the world from a genuine place. I think when it's okay to have expectations, but you can tell, for instance, I'm not doing this to get something from you guys. I'm doing this because I feel obligated to, because I really enjoy it. And I want to find a way to enrich you guys, and girls, whether it's a smile on your face or whether I can make you think about something that's enriching. I think that's very clear from the vibe I give off. It's not oh, Dan's on stream because he's crossing his fingers that someone's going to send him Ethereum. And he's trying to build up his rapport with me because he's trying to sell me something. Hopefully they're going to give me money. It's not going through my mind. I think if you're operating through that, all the value that you could give goes out the window. It just becomes shit. So it's about giving without expectation, which is hard. It's a skill. I'm not saying I do it perfectly. I think I have a lot of room for improvement. But with wealth, I'm not saying I'm this super successful person either. Trust me, I've made so many mistakes. And we're gonna continue learning. But what I've been learning so far is it's like this recipe. It's like you're baking a cake or making a lasagna, and it's a variety of things that come together to really make it pop. That's what I've learned. It's a variety of things in conjunction with each other. Oh, Kobe. Oh, Kobe. Yeah. So, anyways, that was a lot of rambling. That was a lot of rambles. The most of people should change is mindset because they are envious on people who make a good deal. It's better to be happy together with them. Yes, when you see someone win, it's just proof that you can win too. It's just proof that it's not something like, oh, they got what I want and they took that from me. And it takes time to change that if you're in an envious, jealous mindset, or you just are extremely insecure and you know what I mean? Like when you're on that lower level of consciousness, it just keeps you there. It does you no good. It does nothing for you, right? Knowledge is power, and these videos give us that. Very nice stream. Everything looks good and clear, and the sound is perfect. I guess the dial-up has dialed down. Love that you guys enjoy it. We're about to get in the giveaways very soon, so just hang around. About to get into these giveaways. I am 39. I'm already 22 years in the Army. Holy crap, you're in the Army? Damn, go Commando. See if I catch up on any charts. Chats, I mean. The right name for my wallet is Insane Collapse. Damn feds. Yeah, Ethereum Classic mooned. Here's the thing with Ethereum Classic, though. Bro, it's a dead chain. Like, find me projects building on it. Maybe they'll start building now. But all it is the miners are going there, boosting the hash rate, and they're minting these coins. It's rising up, but how do you think they're going to make money, bro? These miners are here to make money. They don't give a rat's ass. They're here to make money. And the problem with proof of work is it encourages pumping and dumping, right? Okay, let's go to this chain. Let's bump up the hash rate. Let's mint all these coins. Let's hold them. Let's shock supply. Then when demand spikes up, we'll sell it for a great premium and absolutely dump all these coins on them and crash the price. I mean, that's how proof of work works. How do you think the people securing the network are going to make a profit? Like, I think if you're aping into ETC, like, it's a real gamble. Like, you need to be super careful. I wouldn't throw more than $100 into ETC. Yeah, pump and dump. Last week I sold an ENS domain. I never believe I could sell it, but it sold for 1 Ethereum. And so many people write fake buy, but I know it's real, and that's only important. Yo, congrats on that sale. Beauty. You know, I think people who who struggle to. I experienced something like that once where, this was a long time ago. I met a girl in a library, and it was a very like weird, like out of the ordinary way to meet somebody. And when I told my friend, he thought I was lying. Like, he thought I made it all up. And it was just like, what the hell? Like, I literally experienced this. This was a very visceral, real experience. And this guy thinks I'm capping. And what I realized was that he just told so many lies. He was just very insecure with himself that he also assumed that from other people. So people have they formed their own realities and beliefs. And oftentimes when they hear something that really shocks it, they push it out. And so they'll project their bullshit onto you and think that you're lying and whatnot, because maybe they never had that win before. Or maybe they are living life in a different way that has created these beliefs and mindsets. So you got nobody to impress but yourself, you know? So, I mean, congratulations to you. I remember minting this random NFT I found back last year. I spent 0.2. I got one crappy one. It was called like Evaverse, and I got a rare one. I was like, just for the YOLOs, I figured out it was rare, so I listed it at 2 Ethereum. 4 months later, 0.2 ETH, right? After the fees, I look at my wallet. I have like 1.76 Ethereum, which was like $8,000 at the time. I was like, what the where did this money just come from? Go check the Etherscan. I'm like, bruh, I made a sale? What? It was mind-boggling. And only people who are in that space and have experienced that or know the possibilities would understand. And so that doesn't, I believe you, Zeus. I'm congratulating you on your sale. That's absolutely awesome. I think the ENS play is super smart. I wish I was like minting Drake.eth. I would miss it. Like, it's just, identity is so important, and depending on what names that you mint have an insane amount of value, because imagine you got a rapper's name, right? And a rapper, you know, he doesn't give a shit. He's got money, depending on, you know, the type of rapper, and they're going to spend mad money because they want to flex to be like, give me that name. I don't care how much I got to spend. 2, 10, 20 ETH. That's my name. I can't create another one. That's mine. Give me that shit. Right. And so it's just such simple value prop. Like, it's just such simple utility. And so I could see Drake spending hundreds of Ethereums to secure his name. You know, it's simple. So why wouldn't someone spend it? Like, if someone had my full name .eth and it was like for half an ETH and I really wanted it, I'd probably try to, you know, put an offer for half, or just say screw it and buy the whole thing. Like, that's my identity. ENS domains are on fire. That's lit. Alrighty, it's giveaway time, ladies and gents. Let's get these giveaways. We got 3 Frankenpunks up for grabs. Thank you all for tuning in so far. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate your time. Let's get you. Let's get some rewards for y'all. Let's get some Frankenpunks. Alrighty, here we go. Just lower the music. All right, let's share the screen. Already got it. Okay. All right, you can see we have 28 entries. Okay, so I'm not BSing this. I know some of you will get cheesed that you don't win. But anyways, let's draw it. See, winner numero un. Who's gonna be winner numero un? Maybe in the Knoxville studio. Dark Venom. Congratulations. Congratulations. Take a screenshot of this. Submit a ticket in the Discord to claim your Frankenpunk, my friend. Congrats. Winner number 2. I don't want no wipes. I don't want no Fidenza. Winner number 2 is going to be Gaz. You, my friend, are voided because you are a team member. This is for the community, so we're going to redraw. I wish they could, like, I could blacklist people so they're just not in the draw. Sorry, Gazzy. Ooh, Fanny Lion. Let's go, bro. Congrats. That's a sick zombie PFP, actually, yo. That's a sick zombie PFP. Very nice. Congrats. You just got a Frankenpunk. All right, winner number 3. Last but not least, let's see who's going to be. Winner number 3 is going to be Henry Aguila. Henry Aguila, congratulations to all of our winners. We had Dark Venom. I just forgot the other winner's name, sorry. But please just go back in this VOD and screenshot it, all of you, and submit a ticket to claim your Frankenpunk. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Oh, y'all started going crazy in the chat. Yeah, Fanny Lion, there we go. Cheers, yo. You guys deserve it. Cheers. What are you guys going to do this weekend? What are the plans? What are the plays? What are the plays, Frankens? Go to my cool cats and my doodles. So, Crypto Bart, are you currently on acid? Like, what? Yeah, congrats, Henry. GG. No worries, Stella. Thanks for tuning in, yo. Football action? Okay, I see you. I see you. Bitcoin? How's that? What is this? Off to an Amazon night shift. That's a 2-hour drive away. Oh, damn, dude. Win has eased the pain. Oh, I'm happy you won, yo. You are grinding, eh? Appreciate your work, yo. Shout out to Fanny Lion. Any Amazon users out there? It's people like him that's getting us our deliveries on time and doing the good work. Cheers, yo. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you, Crypto. Crypto Bart. Appreciate it, man. Alrighty. All right, for me, I'm just going to be grinding. I got a lot of work to do. My internet will finally be good. A technician will be coming soon, so I'll finally have top tier internet. No more of this BS dial up, whatever the hell you want to call it. Beauty. Alrighty, Stella, you take care. All right, love you, Frankens. I'll see you next week. Cheerios.
And I don't wanna die out now. Dr. River said I'm gonna find out right now. Said the flow gonna be too weak now. And I hope you all hold tight.
I just got my Franken palm. Had my shorty pick a number, ask her what she want. And she told me that she only need a one-on-one. You can go and check the wallet, I'm just having fun. Watch some money come, I ain't tryna flip. Baby, I just bought the dip. And yeah, my bitch is curvy, I ain't talking about her hips. Didn't need a white list, took a shot I can't miss. I'm just sleeping while they sleeping, they forgot the D-list. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want that FOMO. We about to blow. Don't blink too quick, might miss it when we go.